25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up? Welcome back to the Connection Interruption Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Sparks, aka Touched Artist. We're kind of sort of back from vacation, right? So a little bit of a break for us, but we're coming back. We're missing one member. Mark isn't going to be here tonight. He's still on vacation. He took an extra week or two, so Mark will be back with us here in a couple episodes, but I've got Tay with me. Tay, what is happening, man?
What's good, my guy? It feels good to be back.
Ooh. It felt like it was less than a month, but it felt like forever, didn't it?
Yes, as you can see in the back, I'm redoing my room, and it's like I didn't know what to do with it because it's like we weren't doing a show, and I always had ideas for the show. So, yeah, it's definitely feels good to be back. Yeah,
So we have a different format. We're going to start off with something similar for you guys in the what we're playing, as we tend to always start out with. But we're going to start with Tay and what he's playing, and then we'll bounce into some different topics, and we'll have some interesting stuff for you here tonight. A much shorter show than usual. We're going to try to hit under an hour, and then we are going to be here each and every week on Wednesdays for you guys. So, Tay, what are you playing, man?
All right, so my week I've been playing Sim City. I've been building a city. So what happened was I had bought my PC, right, and didn't like it. So I have a workstation that I'm turning into a PC. So I was like, let me try it out and see how it moves around. So I started playing Sim City, building my own city, being the mayor of the city. So been playing that. Definitely been brushing up on my Madden because it comes out, this week. It's always my birthday week. Birthday's tomorrow. I'm not saying how old I'm going to be. And definitely been playing 2K since they updated the rosters, since they have the trade deadline, and they already have what's the word I'm looking for? They already have the draft. So got to get caught up on that. So when it does come out in September, I'll be brushed up on it, and I know how to play my players and get ready for some action. So that's where I'm at for this week. And also I've been playing Tony Hawk Skater.
Awesome. So when you're playing SimCity, like, are you using cheats or are you just playing straight up? Like, are you being a good boy or are you cheating?
No, I'm being a good boy, and I suck. I just turned it off right before the show started. 2 of my buildings was on fire. My citizens were mad because I didn't build a bridge to the other side of the water. I had to pay more. I guess it's like the powerhouse, the power plants. I didn't have enough power plants, and I didn't put a park in anything in the city or any statues. So they weren't too happy with their new mayor.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, so that's definitely where I'm at. And it's kind of, I like those type of games. I used to play The Sims, where you had to create you had to control the person's life, whatever. I used to play that for hours. Now I'm playing this, and I can see myself playing this for hours.
So I always have problems with SimCity because I will get sucked in, and next thing I know, it's like daylight.
Yes.
So be careful with that one.
Well, most of the time at night, I'm usually staring at the ceiling anyway. So this hopefully get me to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So what's on your list?
I played Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time last night. It was an interesting couple hours. Like, I actually streamed it over on my channel, so anybody that wants to check it out can go over. I flew over Cincinnati. So wow. I flew from CVG to Lunken. So I was like, all right, it's like a 16-minute flight total in like one of those little prop jets. So I did that, and then I actually flew over my house and then crashed in my backyard, which was kind of funny.
So is it actually updated to?
It's pretty darn close. Like, they don't have the new FC Cincinnati Stadium in the game, but it is satellite imaging that they use to make the game. It's super cool. Like, I literally was like flying over top of cities and being like, oh my God, I've been there. I know where that is. Or like I did a New York flight. And when you fly over the Barclays Center, it actually has the Barclays Center logo on the roof. Yeah. So, and I'm interested in doing I'm probably going to like do a Cincinnati to Chicago flight. The trick is I can't figure out really how to land the planes. Like, I bounced one off a runway, while I was goofing around trying to find my house, like which I found pretty easily actually. Like, I wound up turning in and crashing in the yard, like right behind the house in the woods behind my place.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. Overall, it's just one of those like completely different games for me, because I did a flight from Cincinnati to Sarasota, and it was at night because it goes based on whatever, like, in real time.
Wow.
So like, you're flying over and you can look down and see like the lights of the different cities, like, as you're going. So it was very, very cool. I think it's an interesting game for sure.
So does it copy the flight simulator? Big shout out to Erica checking in. She said the flight simulator game sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, it's something different. Like, I would never, in the past, I would say I would have never tried it, but it was on Game Pass, so I was like, why not? But yeah, it's super fun. Like, and I have it on easy. Like, when I played it, I was like, all right, let's turn all the controls down. But I could see where, like, if somebody was super in and had like the controls and everything, it could be awesome. Like, it could be really, really cool.
I seen one of those when I went to go get my my steering wheel for racing.
Yeah. And
they had the whole flight simulator thing on there.
Yeah.
Like, my hand was itching. I was like, but I don't know what game to play.
Yeah. I mean, I could see somebody that's really into it really jump into that and totally dig it. But like, it flies in real time. So I flew over, like, they also have little things where you can just like fly over certain cities that have a ton of like landmarks and stuff. So I flew in Cairo and then flew over the pyramids,
nice.
and flew over the Sphinx and did some stuff there. It's kind of cool, like, just different. I'll never go to Egypt in real life. Like, I know I won't. So being able to like fly over it and see it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun. I've been playing Pac-Man as always, my obsession.
Yes.
I'm playing Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 now on the Switch. And that's my evening play title when I'm trying to settle down to get ready for bed. Played some Rocket League last week with the guys from Pride 812 and that Supporters Gaming League. And then today I got a code for the FIFA 22 beta, so I am super excited.
Yeah, I seen your post on that earlier.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, so he's want to show off today.
No, it was funny because I didn't even get it personally. My buddy Sean did. So, shout out to Kentertaining on Twitch. Give him a follow. Tell him that I sent you. He's the one who sent me the code. He was like, you'll get more use out of this than I will. And I'm like, yes, I will, because I will play that they won't let me play. But I'm super excited to get my hands on that finally. So
let me know how that goes, because I'm not sure
Yeah.
if I'm going to buy that this year. But if you give it a good thumbs up, I will cop it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, between FIFA and what used to be PES is now just called eFootball. What the best of the two is. So yeah, I'll keep you posted for sure as we get into it. So we're gonna hop right in into the news. There's been a lot of talk of what's going on at Activision Blizzard and things like that. We're not gonna dive into that other than to say we're with their employees and making sure that everyone is treated equally at Activision Blizzard. We are going to talk about a couple Activision Blizzard games tonight. But there's so many people covering the other side of it that we're just going to dive into the gaming side. But Diablo 2 Resurrected public beta has dates. So pretty excited about that. You see our little countdown timer on the left-hand side. We're going to try to cover about 4 minutes for each topic. So you'll see something a little bit different from us tonight. This is kind of a different thing for us. We're both big sports fans, and one of our favorite shows is Pardon the Interruption. So we're kind of taking a little bit of a thing from them to say, hey, let's check this out. But
we're going to try to master it. I don't know if we're going to beat the 4 minutes every time, but hey.
No, we're going to try. We're going to try. We're already 30 seconds into this topic, and we haven't talked about the topic. So let's hope we can bury it. So beta tests will be playable on all consoles and PC, except for Nintendo Switch, according to Blizzard. Xbox Live Gold is required for the pre-order beta on August 13th, but is not required to play for the open beta, which is the following week, August 20th. So the closed beta is the 13th. So that's what, in 2 days? That's Friday, right? Oh boy. Well, there's part of what I'm going to be talking about for the weekend. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I guess I'm going to have to squeeze some time in. But then the open beta for everyone to try out Diablo 2 Resurrected is on the 20th. Are you going to play that, Tay?
Yes, I actually was looking at the trailer for it. And even though I haven't played that since it was... When did it come on PC?
Ooh, a long time ago.
Yeah. I remember when we got our one of our first PCs in the house, our desktops. I had that game. And me and my brother used to play it. I got kind of hooked. I went from that to Final Fantasy. So I think I might give this one a try. It's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing like what they've done with it. I was in on the alpha. And I played a little bit on the alpha like the first weekend just to kind of get a feel for what it was like. And graphically, they've done a great job kind of remastering the game. But I'm really interested to see what happens to it when they get into the story and if they change anything or how it's like.
I hope they don't change the story.
There's got to be something different, right? They've got to have some sort of thing within the lore that changes, like
add an extra character or two.
I'm just interested to see, like, what if they completely throw a curveball and change the story, like right in the middle, but then work their way back to where it ends the way that the second one did to begin with.
Kind of like cross universe type thing.
Yeah, like anything. I mean, it could be a really interesting twist. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think it could be a really interesting game to play. I mean, they did say that progress will carry over between the two betas, but no progress will carry over from where we were in the alpha. And cross progression will be available in both beta periods. But you have to have it pre-ordered on like Xbox and PlayStation or PC, and if you're going to do the cross progression.
Yeah, and that's why I've been losing to that, because I really don't do the pre-orders. And then I know you got the FIFA beta, right? Like, how do you get into the beta game? We'll talk about that later, because we only got, unless you can knock it out in 30 seconds.
Well, like anytime you see an option for a beta to sign up for a beta online, I sign up for them just in case it's a game that I'm even interested in. But like in this case, you either pre-order it or the open beta is the second weekend. So if you pre-order it, you've got the beta this Friday. And if you don't, it's available for everybody the following Friday.
Well,
so
I'll be playing next Friday then.
Yeah, so jump in. Yeah, it's always cool to check out. So this is going to be a topic as we hit the timer that's going to be hard to get into 4 minutes. But
Right.
biggest gaming flops.
And I've seen a couple on the list I do not agree with.
I figured as much. So as soon as we get back up here and get that timer rolling, we'll jump in. But I figured that there are definitely some that you're thinking are a no-go, right?
Yes, a few. And I'm just going back over the list now. I know one of the games on the list is definitely a flop, but they're trying to resurrect themselves. So
All right.
All right.
So this is an article from Skinner.net, sknr.net. That was the biggest gaming flops of 2020. So it's an older article, but it has one on here that I knew would get Tay going. So I was like, I'm throwing it on.
and then hold on, and then they made it the first one. I was like, really?
Yeah, bro. I knew this would get you going. So Madden 21 is number 1 on this biggest flop list. So Tay, defend Madden 21 for us and say why it's not one of the biggest flops of last year.
I wouldn't say it's the biggest flop of last year. I think people over expected more from Madden 20. So it's like, okay, they had a couple of features, but they thought they were going to go all out like they're doing for Madden 22. No, you need more time for that. So I wouldn't consider it a flop. I think it was overhyped in the media, and that's why people consider it a flop. The only thing I consider bad about the game is like when you play the franchise mode. It's like, man, I don't want to be a quarterback. I want to be a running back. And they fixed those things this year, but we'll get into that later with the face of Madden.
Yeah. So the one that got me and kind of set me off, and one of the other reasons why I wanted to talk about it, they have WWE 2K Battlegrounds on this list.
Ooh.
I really liked that game. Like it's not the regular like standard 2K like that you expect to see from 2K as far as wrestling goes, but I thought the game was actually pretty good, man. Like it's an arcade style, fighting. I don't know if you want to say fighting game, but it's an arcade wrestler. And like I can play it with my kids. So that's one of those things where I was like, you say that's a flop.
No,
but
I think that's the strong point. It's a game that our older generations can play with our kids. Because like we have the WWE, like boom, okay, this is what we're expecting from the game. But something you could play with your kids now. I think they were expecting the old stuff.
Yeah,
like, no, you got to progress. That game was for the new generation. It wasn't meant for us.
Did you don't have a Switch, right? I think we've
I do.
You
what?
Do? I couldn't remember.
Hold on. I gotta watch how I do.
Is it right behind you? I couldn't remember. So did you play 2K18, like WWE 2K18 on Switch at all?
Yes, I did play it.
So it was broken. Like on the Switch, it was broken. On everything else, it was fine. But on Switch, it was broken. This WWE 2K Battlegrounds, I can play that on the Switch. We can play multiplayer, and it's fun, and it functions. I think that it's on that list as a bust, but I'm going to argue that it definitely was not. And that's the one that I am arguing against. Marvel's Avengers is also on this list.
Hey! I felt quite offended about this one,
bro. Right? Okay, so we've talked about this before. My youngest plays this game nonstop. Like if you see on my Twitter feed at Touched Artist on Twitter that I'm playing that game, it's Parker. Totally. He is on that game all the time. So another game that's like, hey, it's a bust. Then you've even got like Greg Miller from Kind of Funny knocking on the door for that game, like saying, hey, this game is sick. So, they're getting ready to release that Wakanda expansion.
Right. Aren't they adding like Black Panther and all those other characters into it? Because this is my thing. Excellent storyline.
Right. Like it could have used some work, but we'll have to come back and touch on that one another time. Yeah. I don't know if Mark's played that or not, but time is up on that 4-minute timer. Time's up.
Minutes.
Time is up.
We done.
Right. We are done with that one. But we'll get Dr. Disrespect is starting a studio? ? Did you get a peek at this IGN article?
Yeah. As soon as I seen it, I was like, Dr. Disrespect. I was like, what did he do now?
Right? Okay. So articles on the this was yesterday actually when they posted it. And all I saw on the topic was streamer Dr. Disrespect is starting, and that was all it showed. And I was like, this is the ultimate clickbait for me. Because I was immediately like, okay, what do you do now? Just like you did, right? Like
that dude is, but just from looking at it, like he has a good gaming history, given that. So it's like,
I mean, people watch him. Like people love to watch him. So I mean, it's interesting because he put it on his Twitter account that he's looking for a like level designer.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see like that he's looking for a level designer and co-founder to help start up a AA, AAA gaming studio that has a unique twist.
But what is the twist? Knowing him, it's going to be something
right, like
crazy.
It's interesting because it says in this article from IGN.com that's by Matt TM Kim, it says that the partnership with a select list of mega influencers who work closely with the studio to launch their dream game. So is he looking for something that he can stream essentially on Twitch? Like,
but didn't he get banned?
I thought so, but what?
Yeah,
I mean,
like 2020, he got permanently
he was permanently banned from Twitch. But like, I know he's back to YouTube, but where's he trying to get? Like, is he trying to just get his way back in? Like, there has to be this with a twist thing has to be some way to get back at getting on the social media platform on Twitch. Because right now, still Twitch is where it's at as far as streaming goes, right?
Right. So, like, I know Caffeine was trying to battle for a minute. So, like, nobody's doing Caffeine no more. Because I remember Ninja didn't go over there for a minute.
Yeah,
it's like everybody
Caffeine had a limited number of games for a while too, like where you can only stream certain games on their platform. So I know that was the thing.
Well, hopefully, we got to keep our nose open on this one. We're gonna keep the notifications.
Yeah, like if you're interested in this, if this is a topic that you're interested in seeing, or you're a big fan of Dr. Disrespect, hit us up on social media at Game Day Esports. On Twitter, and that's where you'll find all of your connection interruption news going forward. Make sure to give us a follow on Game Day, because all of the Game Day information now, including the connection interruption podcast stuff, is going to come from there. But this is a topic that I think it's going to take off. I think we'll see over the next couple weeks. I would love to hear what Mark has to say when he gets back from vacation on this one, because I don't know how he feels about Dr. Disrespect. I'd be interested to see if he's a fan or not, or kind of where he's at.
Dude's hilarious. Like he's hilarious sometimes.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a lot of things where he's really really funny. I don't doubt that. Like, but there's also times when it's just a little bit over the top, right? Like
clickbaiting.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of how I felt about the article that was about him. I'm like, this is perfect because this is totally him, like there's no question. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what happens. Maybe we get a new shooter out of the deal. Something there. But the next topic on the docket here is something that
drum roll.
Did you know, audience too? Did y'all know that there was a open world Power Rangers?
Yes.
Did you know there was an open world Power Rangers game that was in development?
I had an idea because, like, when I went and bought the Power Ranger for my Switch, right?
Yeah.
So I went online and just looking up like articles and different things about the game, and I was like, I don't know. I think it was. I can't remember his name, but he's one of the.
This is a four. The game was in development 4 years ago.
Yeah,
actually 5 years ago. So it was in development in 2016. This is an article from Kotaku. We'll have all the article links in the show notes if you go back and watch us later on YouTube or Facebook. But Ian Walker at Kotaku has an article talking about the development of a AAA Power Rangers game. And Jason Bischoff at Shadow Piper on Twitter tweeted out a picture of the what would have been the game on the 6th of August. So last week. Dude, why not?
When I first seen that, I was like, if they make it anything like the open world, like Spider-Man or anything like that,
that would have been
nuts.
Amazing.
Like
amazing.
I'm all for it. Hey, I'm sorry. I know people watching looking like, oh, he's a big kid. Yes, I am a big kid, and yes, I will stand in line for that Power Rangers game.
Yeah, like if anybody's watching this and you were involved in the development of that and you want to bring it back, please bring it back. Like I would play that game nonstop. Like I was not a huge fan of the show. Let me just throw that out there. Like I was not a big Power Rangers fan. But every Power Rangers game I've played so far, I've loved.
Why didn't you like the show? Was it too cheesy?
It was too cheesy. Yeah, like I think it was just a little too cheesy for me. And I knew that, like, and I watched a documentary on it the other night on Netflix about Power Rangers. It was on the Toys That Made Us documentary.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, so I watched that episode the other night, and then I saw this article, so I was like, we got to talk about this. But I just the move, like the show's so cheesy. I liked portions of it being super cheesy. Like I thought Bulk and Skull, like the kids, in the neighborhood, like they were super, super cheesy, but it was funny to watch them do stupid stuff. But I like that slapstick humor. So for me, that was a given. But some of the bad guys, like when they would zoom out into the fight scenes, like
terrible.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But and ultimately, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be that bad or not. Like, if it was, then they did it right. This game looks amazing. Like the pictures that they pulled from it and the cost, like basically what they had, like the drawings and the mock-ups that they had. Again, it's at Shadow Piper on Twitter of Jason Bischoff. If you want to take a look at some of those pictures, and we'll put the link to his tweets in the show notes as well. But the drawings for this game, like off the hook for real. Like it's phenomenal looking.
I think we should start a petition to get that done.
Get that game up and going.
Yeah, how many signatures do you think we need?
I don't know. It depends. I'm going to do more research. I'm going to go back and see who actually had the rights to do the game and all that stuff, and kind of go back and do that. And we'll put some of that on my channel, and we'll tweet about it. You and I will get together on that one for sure.
Yes. 4 minutes is up.
Rolling.
And this one, yeah.
Bro, are we getting Call of Duty or not?
No, I'm skipping it this year.
Well, but is it actually going to exist? Like we're at a point where it's August.
I'm thinking they're going to drop it by holiday.
We almost always get news though, and there's nothing. It is radio silence, and I know they have other things going on at Activision, obviously, right now. But Call of Duty Vanguard leaks. We think we have a real release date, but nothing.
Right. I'm going to say we're going to get it by holiday for the simple fact that PlayStation, Xbox, and they start getting the chips so they can start producing more consoles. So I'm thinking they're going to push it towards the holiday because more consoles will be out and more people will be buying the game.
Do you think they need to release one?
No.
Or do you think they can ride Warzone for the next year?
They can ride Warzone for the next 2 years.
Ooh, really? With Battlefield coming out?
I forgot about that. Yeah. We're going to do a year.
Because the Battlefield game looks really, really good, but are they just trying to avoid it, or do they think they can ride this Warzone? Like, I know a lot of people play Warzone. Like, I see people all the time streaming Warzone. If you're a Warzone player and you're not even interested in the next Call of Duty, hit us up on social media at Game Day Esports. Let us know what you're thinking.
Hey, but this is the crazy thing. So, when does Battlefield come out?
Let me pull up the release date for it just to see. I don't know right off the top of my head. October 22nd.
So that probably we'll probably hear something about a holiday. Because usually
they release the first week in November traditionally for Call of Duty. So if we're getting one, you would think we would have news by now where they're like, "Hey, we're 3 months out." To not have anything, like any firm release date on it, seems really odd to me.
So do you think, with them still dealing with the COVID restrictions as far as work and everything, you think that's slowing it down or no?
I don't know, man. Like I really honestly have no idea as to why they haven't put any information out there. Because if you look back historically on the Call of Duty release dates, like Advanced Warfare was November 4th, Black Ops 3 was November 6th, Infinite Warfare was November 4th, World War II was November 3rd, Black Ops 4 was early October, like that was an outlier, October 12th of 2018.
Right.
Modern Warfare was October 25th, and then Cold War was November 13th. We've heard nothing about the release date of this next Call of Duty. And I mean, there's articles all over the web like, what are we going to get? Are we getting anything? Liam McKay at charlieintel.com last week, which Charlie Intel is one of the hot places to get your Call of Duty news, right? Basically, it's like, we got nothing.
You be having auto juice. I'm going to start tapping into your computer because you be having all the links. I'm like, where did you get that from?
Well, I mean, it's always been one of those things of mine. Like, I love to just dig into the business side of it. So,
right.
Like, I want to know what's coming, what's not. Why am I going to miss out on what I'm going to play or whatever? So, all right. So, I know a title that you're super excited about. Yeah, right. Like as the timer ticks down on Call of Duty, we're close to Madden. You're almost there, bro. Almost there.
Hey, I can taste it. It's like fine lasagna.
Or that Frisch's Big Boy with that tartar sauce and the onion rings.
No. Speaking of Frisch's, I cheated on my onion rings.
What?
Hey, if you don't know, now you know. Frisch's has the best fried pickles I have tasted.
What?
So far.
All right.
Hold on. Hey, the fried pickles was off the chain, and I didn't eat them with the sauce. I didn't eat them with sauce.
I'm restarting the timer on this one because I know we're going to hit 4 minutes. I'm just going to stop the timer now.
Stop.
We're talking about fried pickles.
Yeah, fried pickles off the chain.
All right.
Yes. Well, hey, I didn't use the sauce. Then I had the Big Boy with the egg on it, and then I had me a patty melt.
Bro, in one meal?
Yes. Oh. I was starving.
Well, that's where I'm at right now. We talked about this pre-show. Like, I've been working really long days with no lunch breaks, so I'm in starvation mode right now. And as soon as the show's over, I'm gonna be wolfing something down. But let's jump into Madden here.
Okay.
I know you're super excited about it. Yes. I tweeted about it this past week. I'm down. I'm in this year. What are we going to get with this new stuff in Madden?
All right, one thing, because it's always a birthday present to myself. And for everybody watching, my birthday is tomorrow. So,
yay! Happy birthday, Tay!
Woo! I'm gonna need you not to do that.
Why? Why not? Well, you don't want a happy birthday?
Yeah, I do want a happy birthday. Well, because we used to play the franchise mode in Madden, right?
Yeah.
So now they got the road to the draft. So you can get your stock up from college football all the way up. So it's like if you don't do good during the games,
Yeah.
your stock in the draft falls. I was like, that's perfect. But it's like this year, you don't have to be just a quarterback. You could be on defense. You could be a running back. You could be a wide receiver going into the game. So it's like you're not just the quarterback, the face of the team this year. So that's one of the pluses for Madden. So the class progression. So you got
Number
the QBs,
one.
You got the QBs, wide receivers, halfbacks, and linebackers. Those are the available positions. So
I cannot wait to play linebacker.
And this
Just
is
to
crazy.
be completely honest. Like, I cannot wait to play some linebacker.
Turn Ray Lewis on him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
it's like,
just somebody comes across the middle and bam, I'm in. Like,
yeah,
yep.
And it's gonna be crazy. They got like the career hub, and it's like more realistic. Like they even got a podcast on man. So it's like your player has all these life options, like to stay straight before the season. And this is the crazy thing. This is what I like about this year's Madden. If you do too much during the week before the game, it makes you fatigued for the game.
What?
Yes. I was like, that's dope.
Mind blown.
Right. I was like, that's dope. You got the pressure moments. So the crowd noise actually affects the players.
Yeah, that I'm looking forward to. I'm interested to see like how they do with the crowd noise in certain stadiums, because there are certain stadiums where like
Mile and Kansas City, yeah, you're really gonna have trouble. Even the
or like the Superdome or
Yes.
Mercedes Benz, whatever it is, like
the morale between the players also affects how your player plays. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Then they what's that? Something just hit me in my eye. Excuse me. Pardon the interruption. The outdoor where they do the playground, the yard.
yeah, the yard. The yard
Yeah.
is my favorite mode. Like, I'll just straight up be honest. Like, it's silly, and that's why I like it. Like, I think, like, I had SpongeBob uniforms on my guys last year, and the Raiders wouldn't let them use special helmets, so they were like the only team who didn't get like the carbon fiber helmets and all that stuff. And you all know I'm a big Raiders guy, so. But
So they definitely juiced up the yard. They got more fields, a new rank mode. I definitely think it's going to be better this year, depending on how this COVID plays out. Because I know they're talking about shutting everything back.
is there going to be crossplay between like PS4 and PS5? Do we know that?
Yes, you can crossplay now.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were.
Yeah,
I didn't know if they were going to have that or not.
yeah.
Because I know, like on Xbox, I pre-ordered the MVP edition, so you get both for Xbox One and Series X. But I wasn't sure if I could play back and forth with that. So
Yeah, so I've been playing my cousin on the PS5 with my 4. So,
gotcha.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so-
my excitement about man and the super knockout. I love that. So, boom.
We're out of time. All right, so your other game that you're super looking forward to, and everybody that's watched the show in the past knows, like NBA is, I want to say your jam, but like it's not, because NBA Jam not a thing right now. But NBA 2K22, what new features are they going to have in that game?
The player ratings suck
What?
so far. They're doing so they have a better what's the word I'm looking for? Game engine. So it's going to be way more realistic. So comes out September 10th. Excuse me.
We got a month still?
Yes.
Well,
They always drop after Madden.
Madden comes out the 20th for everybody, right? Like that's the magic number for that. So you get a little less than a month to knock out some Madden before you hit 2K.
Yep. With the 2K ratings, realistic, but you can also boost your ratings depending on how good of a player you are. So the number one player in 2K right now will be the King, LeBron James.
Ron, as my
Yeah.
as my 4-year-old says, Bron James, not LeBron. It's just Bron.
Oh man, one thing I like about this year, they're really pushing the WNBA. Man,
I love the WNBA. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Candace Parker, you
legend,
it.
legend.
She's the first female cover athlete on this game too, right?
Yes, and that was definitely big. And another thing I like about 2K, they actually listen this year. So the player hot streaks. So it's like they used to kill them.
Like if you play a play now, is it gonna? It'll have like updated.
Yes,
they're gonna do it where it's a lot like the live update type thing.
Live updates, and then also if you're in career mode and you got a hot streak, it's not gonna kill it next game. It's like you're gonna be hot. And then,
that's cool.
The coaching tendency, so they're gonna go off the realistic coaching of the real NBA coach.
So what you're saying is that all the Warriors are gonna do is shoot threes.
Well, if that's how they coach prefers to call the plays, so they're gonna go off the.
I mean, that's all they do, right? It's like, oh, get Steph the ball, let him chuck another three.
Well, the Splash Brothers will be back together this year.
Well, and the Lakers are going to have some new bodies, right? Like
they got Melo, they got Westbrook,
yeah,
LeBron, then they got Dwight Howard, and they got
Melo.
AD.
I think Melo is. Oh God,
No,
I think
don't hate on
Melo's
Melo.
overrated.
No, man, Melo is not overrated.
I think he is. I'm just going to put that out there. Well, I want to know what his rating is in the game and where he falls amongst some of the best, because that guy.
I'm about to look it up now. I got 56
That's fine.
seconds.
We got 56 seconds before we hit that buzzer. But there's I just think that guy's so overrated. Like when they were like, "Oh, Melo to the Lakers," I was like, "No." Like as a Lakers fan myself, I was like, "Mm."
But Melo still got it. He's good on defense. He's clutch.
All right.
Rating.
I mean, the Lakers need a little bit of help. So if he can provide some defensive help, that's probably fine. But I mean, overall, if they're doing coach tendencies, like it's going to be it'll be a completely different game if they're really doing that for each team.
Okay, so he's at a 79.
Okay, so not even an 80. So I'm not wrong. He's overrated.
No, man, that's not overrated. He's a C player. He old, man.
Oh man,
he old. Nah, you funny. You're funny.
All right, my man. So we're down to games releasing this week. So now that we're doing a weekly show, we're gonna add this in. I think probably every week, right? We're gonna try to talk about the new stuff that's popping off over the course of the next week. There's a pretty good list. Tay, if you wanna start off, there's also one on the list that's really, really funny, and I know you'll know.
I'm looking at it now. I'm like, "Oh,
you know as well as I do." When you saw the list of games coming out, and you saw that one, you were like, "Nah, that's not real."
Yeah.
Go ahead. You start off the top of the list, and we'll alternate.
All right. So the first game is Black Book. It's coming out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It came out August 10th.
Yeah, so that was technically out yesterday, Tuesday, along with Godfall on PS4. But this next one, you can have the honor of talking about this one.
One of the worst chores as a kid, the lawn mowing simulator for Xbox and PC. And it came out yesterday. This is terrible. It's like,
Game of the Year contender.
Are you practicing to be a professional lawnmower so you can do baseball stadiums and football?
Dude,
like, really?
I saw that and was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that's a real thing. It is. So if you're interested in lawnmower simulation, go out there and check out Lawnmower Simulator. It came out yesterday.
If anybody buys me that, we're fighting.
It's going to be the first game that we're going to get you on your PC when you finally get a PC that you like.
Yeah.
Speaking of PC, Icarus came out on PC today. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I want to see this game because I loved the Kid Icarus games, and if it's anything like that, I'm hopeful that that's a thing. But not 100% sure as to what it is. But I didn't even know about that game being released until I saw it on the list as we were going through. So.
And the game for tomorrow, Foreclosed, coming out on PS4, 5, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC, comes out tomorrow.
So that Icarus game is a survival game.
Yes.
So going to be an interesting. It's the future of survival. So it's not like Kid Icarus. I'm so disappointed now.
Hey, give it a shot.
It might be all right. Nakara Blade Point comes out tomorrow on PC as well.
Yep. And hold on, my computer is running kind of slow. Skatebird comes out tomorrow on Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
And then my game of the year from last year on PC and Switch, Hades, is out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series SX. By far the best game I played last year. It's also on Game Pass. So Hades will be available for every Game Pass member on Friday. So I'm super excited to play that on Xbox, even though I've already played through it.
Oh, speaking of that, I'll wait till we get finished with the list. Road 96 coming out tomorrow on Switch and PC. Well, not tomorrow. It comes out the 16th. My bad. Sorry for misinformation. Road 96 comes out on the 16th.
Yeah, so that's Monday, right? Yeah. That's next Monday. Greek Memories of Azure comes out on next Tuesday, so right before our next show. Greek Memories of Azure will be out, and hopefully I get time Tuesday night to play that because I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
Yep, and the last one on the list, Humankind, comes out on PC August 17th.
So that's the list right now. You can also, I believe, play Madden on the 17th if you buy the collector's edition, the MVP edition, or the championship edition.
You can go ahead and spend that $100 if you want to.
EA will thank you, and EA will ask you to buy more stuff for Madden Ultimate Team than you've ever bought before in your life. You know, that's definitely a thing. They're all about you buying that Ultimate Team cash, so be careful with that.
But
don't overdo it.
This is the crazy thing. For my birthday, I decided to cut out a lot of things, so I might have a little extra change to buy one player. I'm gonna buy that one player.
Give me that Bo Jackson.
Hey, definitely.
Bo is my guy. If you ever watch me play, like be a pro on anything, it's Bo Jackson, no matter the sport. So like if I create my own player and I'm playing NBA, it's Bo Jackson because it's always funny to make him a multi-sport athlete. So I have Bo Jackson in FIFA. I've had Bo Jackson in NHL, and I've had Bo Jackson in NBA. Like I've put him in all the different games because I love me some Bo.
So speaking of that, I'm still putting in my challenge to Ocho. He ain't responded yet.
No, nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know that we'll get a response, but it would be fun. I think it's going to be an interesting year in games, especially for those of us that enjoy the sports games. I think we've got a year. This is going to be one of those years where all the new games on the new consoles are going to take that to the next level. So could be a lot of fun. Let's hope that we get some good stuff here over the next few months. If you're following us on social media at CONINT pod on Twitter, switch over to Game Day Esports. All of our communications are going to go
We moving back to Mama's house. We're going back to Game Day.
We're going back home. We're going back home when it comes to social media. So all the connection interruption news will come from our links at Game Day Esports, and including YouTube and Twitch will be on Game Day, and then Facebook may switch over to Game Day. Right now, we're not live on Facebook tonight, but we will have the show posted for those of you that want to go back and watch it again on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Before we get out here, I wanted to ask you just real quick. So I know, man. I know. Just there you go.
Got it. There you go. Right there.
There you go. Okay. So with the whole COVID situation, if we do another shutdown, how bad do you think that'll affect e-streaming? Would it be for the good or for the worse?
I think it'll be good for Twitch. I think it'll be good for the community to get back into it. There's a lot of people that are back to work right now, but I don't want another shutdown, man. Like not to get all political, because I don't want to get on either side of it. Yeah. I just want people to be healthy. We've talked about this before. Like, whatever we have to do to be healthy and be able to get back out there and do stuff together and get to some esports events and get to some other gaming events and conventions and stuff. Let's just do our best to do that. And I think ultimately, as a gaming community, we're better when we're together.
Exactly. So, I like to talk trash to people's faces.
Yeah. That's actually one of the reasons I actually considered getting Madden on PlayStation this year, was because I was like, oh, Tail talk some smack. I need to get it on there.
Yes.
But I didn't. I went with Xbox again because I know my son will play it and we can get the.
But you know what? I have. Matter of fact, hold up. I went and got it. Hold on.
Uh-oh. What'd he get? Ooh. Is that a Blockbuster Video?
So while we were on vacation.
That looked like a Blockbuster Video box, but you got the backbone. Cool. That's cool. You'll have to let us know how that is. We'll have to do a real topic for that and let you kind of cover.
So I can play with your Xbox with this. So
that's very, very cool. Very cool. But thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We tried to keep it under an hour for you tonight. We're in at 52 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah!
We did it. And hey, the timer thing actually did work. That was a little bit of research that we tried to do to give you guys kind of a cool little rundown. We love giving you guys as much content as possible, but we realize that everybody's busy and we want to keep the show short and sweet as possible.
This is our beta show.
Yeah, first time we've tested the new concept, and we may run away with it, we may keep it, we may get rid of it. We'll see how it goes. But again, thanks to Frisch's Big Boy, for sponsoring. I'm Touched Artist, aka Ryan Sparks. You can follow me on every form of social media at Touched Artist. And my partner here,
I am DJ Tay Boogie. Yeah. It's okay. There we go.
My partner here. No, here.
Yeah. Here. Yeah, there.
Yeah. It's amateur hour here at the Connection Interruption Podcast. We know our right from our left, but it's backwards on the screen.
Yeah.
But thanks, everybody. Yeah, it's all good. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. Hopefully, we'll have Mark back next week. I know he is still planning on being on vacation, but we're not sure how his timing is going to work out. So he may be with us next week. He may not. But we miss seeing him because it's been about a month since we've really tackled some topics with him. So thanks, everybody, for watching tonight. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Next week. So a weekly show from here on out, 8 p.m., twitch.tv/gameday_esports, tinyurl.com/gameday YouTube. It's the easiest way to get to the YouTube channel because we don't have the proprietary YouTube channel yet. But check that out, and we will see y'all next time.
Hey.